Good morning, dear participants. On the third of 1 week faculty development program organized by KLS Gupta Institute of Technology, uh, I welcome all of you and I welcome today's speaker, Dr. Pur Kadgadkai, Physical Director, KLS Gupta Institute of Technology. It's my privilege to introduce today's speaker because he's a PhD in yoga, and he's going to give a really insightful talk today, which is the need of the hour. We are all stressed today because of work pressure, and the only solution for these kind of work pressure is to handle them successfully. So it is my privilege introducing today's speaker. Dr. Kadgadkai studied BPED from Nadgir College of Physical Education, Dharwad in 1998. MPED from KUD Dharwad and secured first rank to the university during the year 1999. He has attended 6-week NIS refresher course in athletics and secured A grade in 2001. He has successfully completed yoga instructor course from Swasa University, Bangalore, and a PhD from Swami Vivekananda Yoga Anusandhan, Bangalore. Some of his professional achievements: he represented KUD in All India Inter-University Yoga competition in the year 98-99, held at Guru Nanak Dev University, Amritsar, secured first rank to university in MPED during 99, passed state level volleyball reference examination in 2000, state level yoga referee examination in 2007, represent papers at VTU on yoga for health in 2009. Another paper, health benefits of yogic exercises, in 2014. He has published 3 research articles focusing on the football and skills in international journals and 3 papers on yoga. He is a member textbook committee in physical education, DSERT Bangalore, member VTU sports and cultural committee. There are many listed. I take a short time. We are going to listen a very important talk from sir. He is Belgaum Zone Regional Director. He was Belgaum Zone Regional Director for last 6 years. He is working as a physical education director in KLS past 20 years. He has edited, compiled, and published 2 bhajan books in Kannada and 2 in Devanagari script. Presently working as Director Physical Education and Sports at KLS Gupta Institute of Technology. So with this, I thank you, sir, for joining us today and agreeing to give a very important, very insightful talk. Well, I welcome you for this FDP. Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good morning to one and all present in this session. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. You are audible, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I thank the Department of E&C of Education for it's my proud privilege to be a part of this FDP program. As you all know, so yoga is the need of the hour, and so shall we start with the slide, first slide. So as we all know, yoga is the part of our life. Health is wealth. Good health is a valuable asset to one and all. It can be achieved regular practice of yoga. So with the word yoga, so what we think is we need to have the asanas, Surya Namaskara, and only the pranayama is the yoga. There are so many misconceptions regarding yoga. And walking on the rope or walking on the water, on the river, it's all we call it as a magic. So it's not a blind, yoga is not a blind magic. Okay, it's not a black magic. So yoga, it has the combination of asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, samadhi, uh, including the initial stages of Raja Yoga. We call it as yama niyamas, do's and don'ts. So what we need to follow, that is the rules, and what we need not to perform, that is uh, yamas. Yama means not to do certain things, like stealing, and so whatever we find, we need, we are just wanted that particular thing, and we need to have with us. So it's a kind of stealing itself, and uh, we need to be truthfulness, instead of that, if we are liar, so that we need not to perform. So like that, we call it as yamas and niyamas. Ahimsa, satya, asteya, brahmacharya, aparigraha. These are all yamas. Shaucha, santosha, tapassu, swadhyaya, ishvara, pranidhana. These are all niyamas. These are a set of rules and regulations. So the regular practice of yoga, which controls the emotions, produces mental peace, and distributes prana evenly throughout the body. So our body is made up of five things. So that is the water, fire, earth. So all these five elements, even Vayu and Akasha, these are five elements which is made up of this body, and also the whole world, universe, it is made up of these five elements. So this body is means it match the environmental atmosphere, and also our body, the outside, whatever the atmospheric temperature you call, so automatically it adjusts to it. So we need to distribute our prana evenly throughout the body, and different systems, there are 9 systems in the body, that will help in maintaining healthy functioning of the internal organs. The practice of asana cures many diseases. Okay, next slide, please. So then, how to maintain our good health through the yogic practices? So what exactly we required? We need the happiness, and we are in search of this happiness. Yeah, we are searching in the atmospheric outside things. Okay, so every human being wants to live long, useful, and happy, to lead the happy life. But we, in search of the minor happiness, suffers major sorrows, because so whatever we see, we wanted in us, or we want that. It may be the flavor, or the eating things, or the atmospheric, or the outside garden, flowers, and maybe some may be happy with the atmospheric outside air, which is the natural oxygen consumption, everything. But so whatever we required, that we need to find it out, and if we couldn't get it, then we suffer. Okay, so that is the reason we need to have the very less this asha, what we call whatever things we required, we want, our wants to be very less, and we need to suppress because we need to control our emotions and the outside things. If we couldn't get it, then we'll be suffering. So that sorrow comes through our own mindset. Okay. So all human beings, he in search of minor happiness suffers major sorrows. We become intensely tense in this process of finding peace and happiness. Actually, we are finding the peace outside. So, my dear friends, what I suggest is the peacefulness, that blissfulness is inside. We never wants to see inside. So, what exactly happens in our body? We don't want to know it. Okay. So, once you go inside, okay, just close your eyes and just observe the breathing pattern, what exactly happening. So whatever we eat, maybe in the morning breakfast we had, so after a few minutes, maybe 15 minutes, half an hour or 1 hour, so it is digested. Because it is digested, we feel hungry. Okay, if our body is not a dustbin, our stomach is not a dustbin. So, dear friends, you just try to know that we have the system. There is a systematic process inside. Okay, we breathe so without our knowledge, because it is a continuous process. Okay, involuntary muscle. Okay, so we have this um, heartbeats, involuntary muscles, okay, involved in that process. So once we close the nostril and close the mouth, then you feel what is the necessity of the air or the oxygen. Okay. So we may be holding it for a few seconds, maybe 10 seconds or 15 seconds. If you are very well practiced with it, then maybe 30 seconds or maximum 1 to maximum 2 minutes. But after the max limit, we need to maybe open your mouth or the nostril. Okay, the peace, it will come through our mindset. So we need to calm down our mind. To calm down our mind, we cannot control the mind. Okay, directly. Then we need to have the solution. So once what we need to control the mind, that we need to know. Okay, so what is the correlation? What exactly the mind requires? Okay, the mindset. What is the relation? Okay, I'll give you an example. We are just sitting in the class, and principal or some inspector comes without our knowledge. Okay, they will come on the stage. Okay, so it's a surprise visit. Okay, so immediately they will call one student. They will call one student on stage. So then just think of what is his mindset. Okay, he for a minute, for a moment, he'll be surprised and he'll be intense. Okay, why I called upon 100 people? Okay, second thing, what they are going to ask. So nothing is given the information. Okay, the tension rises. Okay, we'll be intense, and our BP rises, our air breathing practices, and our heartbeat increases. Breathing rate increases, heartbeat increases because of this incident. Okay? So thereby, we need to control the mind, have the peacefulness. So then to have that, we need to control our breathing practices, breathing system. Okay, to control the air, we need to have the pranayama. So that is the only solution to control our mind. So our mindset, we are just in search of this happiness from the outside things, but the blissfulness, happiness is inside. If you are satisfied with the less, it may be in the form of salary, or in the form of things, or in the form of the blessings from the elders, or maybe the meal or dinner, but whatever you will get it, just satisfied. We need to control our the wants. I need some more. I need some more. Maybe we need to have a more bigger ambition. But we need to know what is the reachable. To reach that, what the efforts we required. Okay. So we want to reach the sky without any, without any the maybe the aeroplane or the air buses, or there are so many things now. Uh, uh, the car is converted to the aeroplane, helicopters, like that. Without the instrument, we need to reach the sky, but there is some limitations. We need to know it. Okay, to reach that, what will be the our efforts? That we need to find it out. Okay, next slide, please. So to maintain the good health, so through yogic practices, we need to have the regular practice of yogic practices. Uh, uh, the we need to attend some classes through the experts, or we need to have the knowledge, but the only expert will give you the proper knowledge and the direction, guidance to practice. So once you get the knowledge and the guidance, we can start by our own. Okay. So next slide is, to keep our health in a good condition, one has to practice every day 4 kinds of yogic practices. It may be yogic practice, or we may call it as physical exercise. So one is forward bending, back bending, side bending, and twisting. With these exercises, the backbone becomes more flexible and also improves its efficiency. So backbone plays a major role in our body skeleton. Okay, it holds the whole body skeleton. Okay, if something happens to our backbone, so we may not be able to walk, we may not be able to bend either forward or back. You may be observed with the person who is suffering from the spondylosis. Maybe the neck region, or maybe the lower back, upper back, or the middle back pain, etc. So these 4 kind of exercises are the yogic practices. So that keeps our backbone more flexible and also improves its efficiency. Next is the factors influences on health are, next slide please, time of food, quality of food, quantity of food, environment and the condition, and the number of food which we take. Okay, so let us talk with the time of food. So in the regular practice, we may be having breakfast, lunch, then the dinner. So these are the 3 times we are having the food. Maybe some may have the breakfast in the early morning, 7 to 8, between 7 to 8, and lunch between 12 to 1, and the dinner between 8 to 9. Some may extend it to 8 to 9, 1 to 2, and 8 to 9. Few may not be able to follow this time. Maybe they start the breakfast after 10, then it prolongs the lunch after 2 o'clock, then also the dinner after 9 or 10 o'clock in the night. So if we have the habit of rising or getting up early morning, we need to have the proper rest, at least 6 hours, 6 hours of deep sleep. Okay, if you sleep in the night, say around 11 o'clock, you may be able to wake up 5 o'clock in the morning after deep sleep. Okay, in between, if you found discomfort in the sleep, then you may wake up around 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock. Okay, to have the proper sleep, we need to have the early wake up, to have the early this breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Okay, the quality of food, we are all adjusted with outside because we may be living outside, and also from we are bit away from the home. We may not get the home food, quality food. Okay, the person who is preparing in the restaurant and hotels and all, they are not our relatives, and they it's true that they are serving to the society, but I am not sure that the quality is maintained. Okay, just to uh, save food which is prepared yesterday, they may boil it, and they may heat it, and they will give maybe in the early morning session. Okay, the oil which is used yesterday or day before yesterday or 4 days back, 5 days back, they are not going to waste because they have spent so much of money. Okay, when the money is involved, then the quality, um, these kind of things, they may reuse it, but it is harmful to the body because of the chemical reaction. Okay, they are not using the natural oil, they are using the refined oil. Okay, they put the chemicals in oil, and just to keep for a more period, maybe 6 months, 7 months, 1 year, etc. So just to maintain the quality, you may have the less quantity, but have the quality of food. We need to check the quality of food. Try to have, try to prepare our own. So I'll give you one example where the quality is maintained. Once a lady, she get married and she goes to the husband's home, and she was asked to prepare food. In the initial stage, everybody they need to hate uh, the food which is prepared by the new lady, and she surprised. She puts the more effort to prepare good food, but still it was not accepted by their her family members. Then she goes to a expert or a guruji, and she tells the problem what she is facing. Then the guruji says, just put your love while preparing the food. Love in the sense it's not a added flavor, but it starts from the mind. Okay? She start preparing the food with the love. Yes, I am preparing for my family members, my husband, my father-in-law, my mother-in-law, and for my all relatives. Okay? So when she added the love while preparing the food, day one what she prepared, everybody liked it. There is a different taste in, and they are praising her. What a nice food, what you prepared. And she's putting more effort and more love while preparing the food, and while serving also with the love she serves. So that is kind of quality. So it is the added quality, okay, while preparing the food. That is the reason to reduce. Otherwise, she would have hated from the all family members, and she was in a tense and she hanged because of the non-acceptance of the food what she prepared by her own family members. But instead of that, she chose the different way and a solution to come over with this problem. Okay? Then the quantity of food. So we may be having four number, the quantity or the thali. Okay? The quantity should be the 3/4 of our stomach. Okay? Just for example, if there is 100 number, then we need to fill up our stomach for 75, 3/4, and 1/4 will be kept for the air to come out and outside for breathing practices. Okay, if we have it up to the neck level, so it is very difficult to go the air inside, and to breathe, it's very difficult to breathe. The expert says we need to fill 50% with the solid food, 25% with the liquid. It may be the sambar or the milk or water. So all liquid kind of food will be filled up 25%. 50% with the solid food, chapati, bhakri, rice, so all solid food, and 25% is kept open for breathing purpose. Okay, so the quantity only the 50 solid, 25% with liquid, and 25% kept open. So that is the quantity of food. And the environment and the condition. While taking the food, we need to take the food in such a condition where there is more peacefulness. Okay, not while talking. Okay, not while discussing, not while quarreling, not while watching the TV or a serial or fighting and other things or with cinema and whatever it may be. So the environment environment will be in a peaceful condition. Okay, it may be like music or flute or with if you are worshipping, you're having the faith in the God, just the good songs or music, or maybe the peacefulness condition is very much required. Okay, so that is the environment, and the number is some may have the food 5 times, 6 times, any time when they like it. No, we need to set and morning, afternoon, late evening late evening I said, not late night. Okay, maybe around 7 to 8 or 8 to 9. Before 9, we need to complete the dinner. And how we need to take this is we need to have this quantity. Morning session will be, that is breakfast will be more compared to the lunch, and lunch will be more compared to dinner, but less from the lunch will be less in quantity compared to the morning breakfast, because when we take the breakfast in the morning and we'll be working in so many conditions, maybe we are putting more effort of ourselves, maybe we are working in the farm or the where the more muscle work is involved, we require more quantity. Okay, sitting, especially students, they play more and they jog, they work out. So for them, they require more quantity compared to lunch. Okay, compared to dinner, dinner will be more or less because we are going to sleep. We are going to have the total rest. Okay, to digest the whole food, we require less quantity compared to lunch, compared to breakfast. So, so these are the factors which really influences on our health condition. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, Surya Namaskara. It's a salutation to sun. So why we need to perform this Surya Namaskara? Surya Namaskara is the combination of asana and pranayama. As such, it comes in between the Shithilikarana Vyayama and Yogasana. Shithilikarana is the loosening practices. Okay. And it brings about the general flexibility of the body, preparing it for further asana and pranayama. Each stage of Surya Namaskara is accompanied by regulation of breath. We call it as Surya Namaskara, Yogic Surya Namaskara, when it is combined with breathing practices. Regularly, we may practice 12 count Surya Namaskara, maybe a few 10 counts, or some may practice with 14 counts as informed by the Swami Vivekananda. So there are so many kinds of Surya Namaskara. Let us say 12 count. So count number 1 will be the exhalation. Count number 2, while taking both the hands upward, So that is the inhalation. Next count will be the exhalation. So the alternately we are just exhaling, inhaling, and again exhaling, inhaling. So only in the Sastanga Pranipatasana, Sastanga Surya Namaskar. So inhalation and exhalation as it combines two count. Okay. So we need to perform this Surya Namaskara in front of the expert. We need to learn it with inhalation and exhalation properly, and we can start practicing by our own. As I said, Arogyam Bhaskaradichet. Arogyam Bhaskaradichet. If we pray Lord Sun, so definitely he is going to give proper health. Okay. So in which kind he is going to give? If you are standing or sitting in a morning sun rays, okay, the body will be get benefited through the sun rays, early morning or the evening sun rays, and we are getting vitamin D from the nature. Okay, though all skin diseases can be controlled by sun salutation. Okay, early morning if we are performing in a sun rays. Okay. Second thing, Surya Namaskara, as it's combined with yogic asanas and pranayama, Shithilikarana Vyayama, okay, and it involves forward bending, back bending as well, okay. So it gives us the more comfort and gives the flexibility for the backbone, and also the efficiency backbone is going to increase. So when we perform Surya Namaskara for 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, our body gets more heat. Okay. When there is a temperature increases, we will be able to do the certain asanas or difficult asanas. In fact, okay, more easily when our body is it has the more temperature. Okay. So to get the more temperature to the body, so that means the warming, we may call it as warming up exercise, okay, without inhalation and exhalation, and also the warming up asana or Surya Namaskara with the practice of breathing, regular breathing practices. Okay, next slide. The Namaskara is practiced after chanting the prayer Hiranmayena Patrena Satyasyapi Hitam Mukha Tattvam Pushan Apavrunu Sat Dharmaya Drishtaye. So it is from the Ishavasya Upanishad. It says, like a lid to a vessel, O sun, your golden orbs covers the entrance to truth. Kindly open the entrance to lead me to truth. Okay, the general benefits that it strengthens the back and helps balance the metabolism. It stimulates and balances all the system of the body, including the reproductive system, circulatory system, respiratory, digestive system. Also, it influences the endocrine helps to balance the transition period, especially for ladies between the childhood and the adolescence in growing children. Synchronizing the breath with the physical movements of Surya Namaskara ensures that the practitioner, at least for a few minutes daily, breathes as deeply as possible, rhythmically as possible, increasing mental clarity by bringing fresh oxygenated blood to the brain. It improves exercise tolerance. It helps in increase in antioxidant properties in body. It is more effective in improving blood circulation. Okay, so these are the general benefits of Surya Namaskara. So asanas. What is asana? So you are sitting on a chair or sitting on the ground or sitting or sleeping, maybe left side or right side or on the back. Everything is considered as a asana. Tatra sthiram sukham asanam. Okay, this is the definition by the uh, sage Patanjali. Okay, then we may feel how many asanas there? Asanani cha tavanti yavantu jivarashayah. There are 84 lakhs of jivarashis. These are the living beings. So 84 lakh count of these asanas. We may be sitting, standing, lying down, maybe on prone line, supine line. Maybe we are sitting like a lotus. So maybe the asana may be on the flower or animal like simhasana, ushtrasana. So likewise, crocodile posture, makarasana. Even on shavasana, so many vajrasana, it's a diamond posture, padmasana, lotus posture. So the position which is held, so accordingly we can name its asana. Posture which gives us comfort and stability is called as asana. There is one suggestion from my side: don't do anything by force. Slowly try to stretch and contract your muscles. Direct your attention towards something which is infinite. Okay. So we need to direct ourselves while sitting in a comfortable posture. Close your eyes because eyes will always get more information from the outside things. So whatever we find it, we look in. So we may the our mind goes there, and we may need it. The thought will come through the eyes. Okay, to reduce the thoughts, we need to close our eyes first and try to have the attention, ekagrata. So that is very much required. It may be we need to start from just observing from inside. Maybe if you want to open your eyes, try to know and try to observe your uh, tip of the nose, your own nose. Okay, it requires more attention. So the mind is diverted. So we are just focusing on the tip of the nostril, then attention will come. Okay. Next, there are different types of asanas, as I mentioned now: forward bending, back bending, twisting, side bending, and balancing. And again, there are second different types of asanas: sitting asanas, standing, lying down, that is pro line and supine line. And third type is meditative postures, relaxative postures, and cultural postures. Meditative, to have the meditation. So it is the asanas, the postures which helps to meditate or to live or to be for the longer period. That meditative postures like Padmasana, Vajrasana. These are all meditative postures. Relaxative postures are like Tadasana in standing, Vishramasana in sitting, Shavasana in a prone line, and Makarasana in line, Makarasana, supine line, Shavasana. Cultural postures are the postures which cultures our body. For particular part of the body, if we want to improve certain muscles or strength, okay, that particular asana will be carried out. So for these are all cultural postures. Even Paschimottanasana, forward bending, Ustrasana, back bending, and Ardha Chakrasana, Chakrasana, side bending. So these are all cultural postures. Next slide. The advantages of these asanas: the meditative postures helps to calm down mind, to reduce number of thoughts, and attain blissfulness state. Cultural postures help us in culturing the body. It strengthens and tones up the entire system. Regular practice of asanas helps in improving fitness qualities like strength, flexibility, endurance, agility, and balance. All the muscles and joints relax in Shavasana. It is extremely useful in maintaining or managing the psychosomatic ailments like hypertension and headaches. The person who feels be uh, uh, he feels that I'm not well, so maybe some with some temperature, okay, or cough, cold, and all these certain things. The psych, that is the mind, is more involved in that. Is I got the fever, I got the headache, I have the tension because I need to do all these certain things in a stipulated time. So many work pressure, it may be work pressure, or there is a pressure from the family members, or the pressure from the friends, or atmosphere, or from the society. There are so many ways to get the disease, like the headache or stomach ache, etc. BP, sugar, these are all comes from the mindset, our habits, our food habits. Okay, so it is called as a psychosomatic. Somatic is the body, and psych is the mind. So when the body and mind involved in a work, or uh, do the activities in a proper manner, systematic manner, so then there is no pressure. So, so whatever the activity we want to perform, for that we need to have the proper planning. Okay, and give the time, proper time, and distribute the time set. Okay, then involve your mind in that, and smoothly we need to complete our activities. Okay, next slide. The pranayama. In Raja Yoga, Patanjali says yama niyamas, rules and regulations, will be the foundation. On that we need to construct the building with our body, with the fitness, that is asana. Pranayama is going to clean our internal organs. It gives more strength to the internal organs like Shvasochvasa, the deep inhalation and exhalation. So that gives you more capacity to the lungs. Okay. Also gives more oxygen to the blood circulation, to the blood. And Kapalabhati, which removes the obstacles from the veins, the nadis. Okay. How? So when we practice it, we'll come to know. We need to experience it more, uh, because we need to have the more kind of uh, theoretical as well as practical. Okay, whatever the theory we learn, that we need to implement with the practical. Okay, श्वास प्रश्वासयोः गतिविच्छेदः प्राणायाम. The control over breath may called as pranayama. Whatever we inhale, that is puraka, inhalation. Rechaka is exhalation, and kumbhaka, holding the breath. We may hold it after inhalation. After inhalation, we are holding it inside. That we call it as tah kumbhaka, inside, holding inside. Bahya kumbhaka, holding outside, while exhalation, that is bahya kumbhaka. Kumbhaka means holding the breath. There is one saying that is mana eva manushyanam karanam bandha mokshayoho, from the Upanishad. Mana eva manushyanam karanam bandha mokshayoho. Our mind is, it works as our bandha and moksha. So if we want to be in the bar, behind the bar or outside the bar. Okay. So I'm just giving an example. So in the jail and outside the jail. In jail, that is bandha. Okay. Outside, it is moksha. We are in this samsara. Okay. So our manas, our mind, how it works, that depends on our situation and also with the surroundings. So we need to build the proper healthy mind. Okay. We want to serve our society. We want to give the service in maybe any kind of capacity. Okay. As a teacher, we want all our students to be good in the academics, also good in with the good health, and in all overall development. We need to see the overall development. Whatever we give the education is part of our overall development. Okay, that is one aspect. There are so many aspects, so many things. We are going to learn so many things when we enter in the field. Okay, when you work, enter in your own work after the placement, that exactly whatever we learn, it is very less. It is very, it's just a foundation. It is the beginning. But when we start working, we are going to face more problems. And when we involve in that, when we want to problem, so we need to have more involvement. Try to solve the problem with more number of solutions. For every problem, there is a solution. Okay. Pranayama is control over the breath. Okay. I'll give you an example. There is a key and one lock. If we want to open the lock, we need to place key right side. When we place it right side, when we place it right side, it locks. When we place it left side, it opens. Okay, either vice versa. Maybe left side lock, then right side opens. The key is only one, but it works as a for locking as well as the opening. Okay, so likewise, our mind, we need to set our mind to open. The bandha moksha yoho. Next slide. The types of pranayama are Sudhedana, Ujjayi, Shitali, Shitkari, Bhastrika, Brahmari, Murcha, Plavini. It's mentioned in the Raja Yoga from sage Patanjali. Okay. Surya Bhedana is one of the example from our Surya Bhedana, Chandra Bhedana, Nadi Shodhana, Anuloma Viloma Pranayama, what we learned before. So it involves in that also. So let's take an example. Surya Bhedana. Surya Bhedana means Surya is the right nostril, Ida is the left, Pingala is the right. Ida is the Chandra Nadi, right side is the Surya Nadi. Okay, we can experience it. Okay, when we breathe only from the right side, you may feel more warm air will come through from the right nostril. Cool air come through the left nostril. Okay, and also vice versa. Its right nostril may be open for minutes, maybe for 1 hour and 1.5 hours. When it changes to the left, it opens. Okay, it depends on the temperature, atmospheric temperature. Okay. Brahmari is one pranayama. I'm talking about Surya Bhedana. Surya Bhedana means Surya is the right nostril. We need to inhale from the right nostril. That's all. Then what? If we exhale from the right itself, it is called as Anuloma Viloma. Surya Anuloma Viloma. But Surya Bhedana is just inhale from the right. Then we need to exhale from the left. Okay. Inhalation from right, Surya Bhedana. Exhale from left, Chandra Viloma. Okay. Inhale from left, Chandra Bhedana. Exhale from right is Surya Viloma. Combination of this Chandraanuloma Viloma, Suryanuloma Viloma is combination is called as Nadi Shodhana. Inhalation from right, exhale from left, inhale from left, exhale from right. That is Anuloma Viloma. That is called as Nadi Shodhana Pranayama. Brahmari is like we need to exhale from humming with a humming sound, like hum. It is a B sound. Okay, while exhaling. That is called as Brahmari, which is helpful for controlling the headache, also stomach. Okay, how it works? We need to exhale it through the bottom of our stomach. Okay. Thereby, the air, the resonance reaches to the upper palate and it reaches to the brain. So slowly brain calms down. Our mind calms down. So that is the reason the Brahmari is very helpful. We may perform it while sitting or while lying down position, Shavasana position. That will be more helpful. So advantages of pranayama is lungs, heart get purified. As a result of rhythmic breathing, lung capacity increases and it helps in curing the diseases pertaining to lungs. Heartbeat gets normalized. Pranayama helps to have powerful, sweet, melodious voice. The body becomes lean, strong and healthy. Excretions become scanty and the appetite becomes keen, okay, while performing this pranayama. The digestive fire is augmented. There is a lust on the face and the eyes sparkles like a diamond. Okay, we may feel that the power which comes uh, as an advantage of pranayama. So we can observe from the face. Okay, next slide. Breathing exercise is done at the beginning of the yoga practice, which helps in slowing down the breathe rate, thereby uh, inducing a deep relaxation. Develop awareness of breathing through the movements of different parts of the body. Always breathe out over longer time than you breathe in. Okay. There are different breathing exercises, that is hands front and side breathing, hands stretch breathing exercise through forward bend and back, Shashankasana breathing extract. In a 1 or 2 minutes, we try to know what exactly is the health. We may feel it as we are healthy person, but what definition says? Health is one which is not only merely away from disease, but also well-being with physically, mentally, socially, emotionally, and spiritually. Okay, we are lacking in any one of these five, then we are not fit. Okay, we are not healthy person. It may be physical unhealthy or mental unhealthiness, socially or emotionally. If there is no control in the emotion, we are not fit, and also the spiritual. There is one saying, chew your food since your stomach has no teeth. So while mentioning how the food, the factors influence on health, so I just mentioned it. We need to chew our food. Eat the liquid and drink the solid. What you say, sir, it is not correct. But when we drink the liquid, it may go directly through the throat to the stomach. But there is a chances of having uh, uh, going that particles in the airways. Okay, so that's the reason we need to swallow it slowly. Eat the liquid slow. So liquid we need to eat. Like while eating, so there is a slowness. Drink the solid. The solid food, it should be chewed and swallowed slowly. Okay, we need to make it liquid part and we need to swallow it. Okay, in the summary part, yoga is a perfect system of self-culture, is an exact science, aims at harmonious development of body, mind and soul. Yoga is the discipline of mind, sense and physical body. Yoga helps in coordination and control of the subtle forces within the body. Yoga brings in perfection, peace, everlasting happiness. It can be, it can help you in our daily life, regular practice. That is one more saying: no yoga, no peace. KNOW, no yoga, no peace. NOW, no yoga, no peace. So whatever, there is one suggestion from my end. Whatever we perform, whatever we want to do in our life, start early, leave early, go slowly, and reach safely. With these words, I thank you very much, Thorse sir and Saraf, for being a part of this program. It's my proud privilege to be a part and to share few thoughts of mine with you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Your talk was actually very insightful, and I hope the participants have actually, they have taken good knowledge about the yoga and work-life balance. If I request all the participants, if they have any doubts regarding the yoga and work-life balance, they can ask you any questions over the chat box, or just unmute their mic and they can ask questions.
So let them be feel free to ask anything or any doubts or queries. Anytime they can ask. Okay. Yes, sir. Thank you very much for patient hearing, sir.
Thank you, sir. I request all the participants to turn on their camera so that I can take the screenshot of this. So just turn on their cameras. Everyone, I request everyone to turn on their cameras. I request all the participants to turn on their cameras so that I can take the screenshot of this. Yes,
Puri,
thank
sir.
you.
Thank you, Vishweswar, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone.
Welcome.
I request all the participants to kindly give their feedback on the link which is shared in the chat box of this. So I will just repost it. I request all the participants to give their feedback on the link mentioned in the chat box.
Vishweswar, sir. Can I leave?
Yes, sir. Sure, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. We will have a break after this session. So I will just inform over the WhatsApp group the next session. Okay. So kindly fill the feedback form, and we'll get back soon after 15-20 minutes. Okay. So I will inform over the WhatsApp group. Dear participants, the next session will be at 12 p.m. exactly. So I request all of you to join back at 12 p.m. sharp.
Submit them to Sachin Patil. Sachin
Yes, sir.
Sachin Patil.